It is 4:45 on Monday. We're starting a little late because I had to go to the lumber yard to get the material that I needed that I mentioned this weekend. So kid's actually unloading the 2x6s now. He's already got the OSB unloaded, so we can do the fascia on the gable ends. I don't know how much I'm going to get done tonight. We'll figure that out once we get going, see how it works, how it goes, because I've never done it before, of course. During the time lapse, you'll probably see helicopters, maybe even a plane if we're lucky, because they are out there aggressively fighting said fire that's behind us. It has not gone anywhere. It has not done anything but burn. It's up to 300 and some change acres, and you can definitely see it now. Or not see the flames, but you can see the smoke. So that's another thing that'll depend on how long I'm out here, is how much I want to sit out here and breathe in the smoke if the wind changes direction. So we'll see what kind of damage we can cause today. We're just going to take it slow. I did stop at the lumber yard and the tin is in, so I did get to take a look at it today. So it'll be delivered sometime this week based on their schedule. So yeah, let's set up the GoPro, time lapse it, and see what we can get into. It is 6:30 Monday night. I'm calling it. I'm done. I am very, very sweaty and moist because it's very, very hot. But I did get all the fascia on the building, so bear with me. Don't get sick on me. I'll spin you around here. So the gable ends got their fascia, and because the fascia is done now all the way across the building, it means it's time for OSB. And as you can see, I've already thrown a sheet up there, tacked it down to make sure my layout was good and the trusses are where they're supposed to be. And I'm surprised, but it worked. They are where it needs to be. So now it's OSB time. And we're going to have some shade in this building. So good progress today. Got everything I wanted to get done, even in a limited amount of time. And now it's all upward work. The tin should be here sometime this week, so I better get to moving on this OSB, because when that tin gets here, it's a done deal. Once that tin's on the roof's done. That's it. Everything else is all internal. So we're making great progress. I'm excited. I'm very excited because my goal was to be inside by winter, whether I'm working in there or working in there. I don't care, but as long as the roof was done by winter, so I don't have to worry about being up there during the snow and the rain. So I'm excited. We're going to get it done. All right. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Good afternoon, early evening. It is 4 o'clock on Tuesday night, and we are at the job site. Well, I shouldn't say job site. We're at home. But tin was delivered today. I've got everything: synthetic cloth, I've got the ridge cap, I've got the gable and drip edge, I've got all the tin, screws, foam for the ridge cap. Everything's here. So I need to get my butt in gear and start sheathing this roof. Get that OSB up there, get it nailed down so we can put a cap on this pig. So that's today's agenda, is to get as much OSB up there as I can safely. And we'll just take it one sheet at a time and see what we can do. So we'll get the time lapse set up and get after it. So hope y'all enjoy. I'm done for the day. It's 6 o'clock, 1800, and chores are being done while I'm cleaning up my mess because I made a mess. Anywho, progress. Almost got the whole front side done. It's got 2 more pieces over there because I'm leaving a 1-inch gap on the top because I have a ventilated ridge cap for roof ventilation. And then we're on to the other side. A little trial and error getting the pieces up. I'm sure you'll see on the GoPro footage, it was quite entertaining. And then once this is all done, then the poly paper goes down, and then the drip edge, the gable end, drip edge, then the tin, and then the foam that goes for the ridge cap, and then the ridge cap. The roof is done. Make it sound easy. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, but this is 3 hours worth of work here getting all this done. So I'm not mad. I'm just tired. So it's time to go in and get some food. And with that, we're done for the night. I'm gonna go in and get some food, get some sleep, and be ready to go ahead and do this again tomorrow. It is 6 o'clock Wednesday night, and the man-child and the management are doing chores. I'll catch up with them here in a minute. But yeah, I'm cooked. This side, the skin is on and done. On the east, no, this is the east side ceiling. The west side ceiling, bear with me here as I move you. I got the first row done. As you can see, all the way to the end. First row is done, and I started the second row, but I'm up there fumbling around and making stupid mistakes, and I don't feel like falling off of the roof, you know. I don't bounce like I used to, that's for sure. But shade's quite nice, that's for damn sure, even though it looks like I've been sweating profusely, which I have. It's been hot up there. It's always hot on a roof. Anybody who's ever done a roof will tell you it gets hot up there, because the sun's got nowhere to go but right on you. So we're getting there. We are getting there. It's not pretty. It's not perfect. But guess what? It's there. So anyway, calling it a night. We go inside. Well, actually, I'm going to go help with chores first. Then I'm going to go inside, put my feet up and relax. It's been a busy day here. They got the chickens all butchered today. So the meat birds are all in freezer camp. And yeah, I'm tired. Okay, on to the next. All right, we're on the east side of the building here, and it is Thursday night, 4:35. I'm a little late getting home, I guess. Actually getting started, whatever. But we're gonna keep skinning the backside here. Let's see if oh, nope, you can't see from this angle here. Hold on. I'm gonna hoist you up, see if you can see. But that's the progress we've got. So we're going to continue here and work our way down until it's done. I hope you can see that and it wasn't just a jiggery mess up there. But anyway, we're going to do some full sheets, rip some quarter sheets, and do some sheets and do some things. And once that's all done, I have some seam tape that's going to go across every seam and across the edges of everything to make sure it's as close to waterproof as possible before I put down the poly paper, which is the moisture vapor barrier paper for the roof. And then we're going to be on to drip edge and tin, the gable ends, and then the ridge cap, and the roof's done. So we're making progress. Let's go. Okay, that's the end of Thursday. It's 5:30. I'm calling it early because I got to get up early tomorrow to go to work. But I am also done putting sheeting on the roof. And yes, that big gap in the middle is supposed to be there because I'm doing a ventilated ridge cap. So tomorrow, when I get home after I go to work, run to the store, do the errands, I'm going to put all the seam tape down, get that all fixed up so that all those gaps have a little bit added protection for weather resistance. And then it's on the drip edge, and then it's on the tin, and then the gable ends, and the ridge cap, and the roof's done. Done and done. And then we're going to move indoors, and we'll be inside for the remainder of the build. Well, not the remainder. I still got to do trim work on the outside and all that jazz, but majority of the rest of the build will be indoors. So I wanted to be in by winter, and as you can see, we're thoroughly into summer still. So I got time. We're going to make it happen. All right, on to the next. Okay, it's 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Sorry I didn't work anything on the building on Friday. I got home from work and errands and everything, and just my body was like, you're done. So I took a nap. And I don't usually do that, so that means I've been pushing it pretty hard lately. Today's going to be real easy, though. We're going to get up on the roof. I've got seam tape. We're going to do all the seams, and then we're going to pull out the poly paper. We're going to roll that out. We're going to do all the wacky, stapley doodad up there, get it all fastened down. We're going to prep this building for tin so we can finish the roof and be done on the roof and get on the inside to start electrical. It's been a long time coming. Well, to me it has because of, me just doing the work, but we're almost to the point where we're going to have interior lighting. I'm kind of blown away by that. So anyway, easy day today. Don't need a whole lot of tools when it comes to tape, pocket knife, roll of tape, and a ladder, get up there and do the thing. So we'll set the GoPro up, get the time lapse going, and get this smashed out. All right.
It is 3:45. I'm done. It's hot. I've drank about a gallon of water and only peed once. It's hot. I'm starting to make stupid mistakes and I'm starting to deal with tin, and that stuff is unforgiving. So I'm calling it because I've been told I'm going to dinner. So I cut one piece of tin that is the right length to start with. And yeah, once I get enough cut, we'll start throwing them up there. We're at that point. Let me turn you around real quick. Now both sides look the same. They all have their drip edge and the poly paper all the way down. The only thing I need to do that's left on the roof actually is run more seam tape across the top of the drip edge, and just to make sure that the top of the paper stays where it's at, we'll run another seam of that up there on the opening and we'll be all set. But made a lot of progress today to the point where we're ready to put tin on. So with that, it'll be Monday that we get back out here, because Sunday's meal prep day, relax day, recharge day, and video day. I have no idea when I'm going to get this uploaded, but the goal is to get it uploaded by tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great day, great weekend, and we'll see you next time.